Hello, I'm Susan. I'm with Houston Area Parkinson's Society, and this is another Speech with Susan. I'm a speech pathologist. I'm living here in Costa Rica, and I have the pleasure of being part of Houston Area Parkinson's Society and doing speech videos for their website that they put on, I think, through YouTube. Anyway, wonderful organization. They have lots of classes, lots of resources for caregivers, and they have fundraisers, and they're doing classes online, YouTube videos if you want to stay at home, and they have Tai Chi, physical therapy, occupational therapy, yoga, and speech therapy. They offer classes throughout the week through Zoom or in person, and I teach a Thursday 10:30 to 11:30 class online through Zoom, and you just have to sign up and register. But it's a wonderful organization. They have lots of resources for those who are the caregivers as well. So I would seriously encourage you to look up HAPS, H-A-P-S, online.org, and see what all they have to offer if you're in need of some therapy or some help with resources. Okay, let's get started. So my class works on several things: swallowing, breath support, oral motor, and voice. So let's get started. The first thing that we always do is an ah sound. I hold it for 20 seconds, and if you can hold it longer, that's so much better. Then stop. I'll do it one time, and then what I want you to do is stop the video and do it about 4 or 5 more times. This is a very important exercise, very good to do daily. So let's take a big deep breath. Here we go. Great. Stop the video and do it 4 or 5 or even 9 more times. Welcome back. I bet you did do it. Let's do the next exercise, which is a high-pitched E. And the purpose of the high-pitched E, what it does is it raises the larynx and tilts forward, and it stretches the vocal cords, making them thinner, and you get a higher pitch. With our speech, we have inflections. When we're saying a sentence, we go down at the end. When we're asking a question, we go up at the end. When we are saying a multi-syllabic word that has an inflection, or you kind of go up on one syllable, we have to have that. Typical of Parkinson's is that you develop a monotone speech or a rushed speech, so that's why we work on breath support and breath control, and then we also want to make sure we can maintain inflections in our voice. It's easier to understand when we do that. So the next exercise, we'll do it 5 times. We're doing an E sound as high as we can, and we're holding it for 3 to 5 seconds, and we're doing it one right after another. So here we go. Again. 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 Great. I forgot to count, so I think that was at least 5. All right. The next exercises are for swallowing. One's called the Masako, the other one is called the Mendelssohn. And the Masako is, they're named after laryngologists who invented them. If you make up your own exercise, you can name it after yourself if you'd like. That's what these guys did. Okay, so the first one is the Masako, and you're just sticking your tongue out between your teeth and your lips, and you're anchoring it, and that's when you swallow. So it'll look a lot like this. You can see my neck go up. Let me do it again. And what's happening is, because the tongue normally goes back, all your life you've swallowed with your tongue going back, you've got your tongue situated forward, and that the base of the tongue and the posterior pharyngeal wall have to meet but that wall is working harder. So there's a valving system with swallowing, and there's a air pressure dynamics that are also involved, so that when you're swallowing, it's closing off the air pressure and opening up the upper esophageal sphincter so the food and liquid go down. It's kind of a vacuum, but you do need to have the larynx going up, the epiglottis flipping over, covering your airway so that you're not aspirating any liquid or food into the airway. And then the upper esophageal sphincter opens up, allowing the food and liquid to go in. So that was the Masako. The other one that we do for swallowing is the Mendelssohn. And the Mendelssohn is where you're just doing a normal swallow, but you're stopping in the middle of the swallow and doing you're holding your breath. I'm sorry. So you're holding your breath. So watch me do it. And let me take my glasses off so you can kind of see the strain in my face when I do this. So I'm going to swallow. And then I release. And so when you're releasing, what's happening is that epiglottis, which was covering the airway, the epiglottis flips up, air escapes, and you're exhaling out. But it's a very good exercise because you've got a little bone in your neck called the hyoid bone, which goes up and towards the chin. When it goes up and towards the chin, it helps flip that epiglottis over, the flap that's in your throat. And that is very important to maintain a seal for swallowing so that no liquid or food goes down into the airway. So try that, stop the video and do that about 5 times. Sometimes it helps to take a sip of water, swallow normally. You've got residuals in your mouth, and then you can swallow it helps you to do another swallow, what we call a dry swallow. All right, welcome back if you stopped the video to do those, and great that you did. Another exercise that we do, one of the things that's important is to maintain is the labial seal when you're not talking, because what happens is as we get older and more prominently in Parkinson's, there is the loss of sensation of when to swallow. Your mouth is producing saliva, and producing the saliva that builds up, we normally just swallow. We keep our mouth kind of free of the pooling of saliva. Well, with Parkinson's, there's a less sensitization of the pooling, and it starts to drool. So we're going to do a exercise. I'm going to explain it to you, and then y'all can stop and do it because it'll take up too much time. But you're puckering your lips and doing a kiss, holding it for 60 seconds. Last 10 seconds, you're pulling tighter. Then you're quickly switching. After the 60 seconds is up, you're quickly switching to a smile, pulling the corners of your mouth back. Buccinator muscles are contracting. Orbicularis oris muscle, which makes up your lips, is extending. Make sure you keep your lips sealed, and you're holding that for 60 seconds. And you're doing that to maintain labial seal. And so as we produce, I think we produce 600 milliliters of saliva a day, and we swallow about 1,000 times a day, then that leaves if we're reducing that and not doing it as often, there's a chance of pooling and drooling. Okay, so stop the video and do 60 seconds of a kiss, holding, and 60 seconds of a tight-lipped smile. All right, welcome back. Last exercise. No, we've got 2 more exercises. Next exercise supports the neck muscles for the outer neck muscles for our swallow and voice. So we're going to turn our chin to our right shoulder. We want to hold for 20 seconds. Turn as much as you can to that right shoulder. Drop your left. Then chin to the left shoulder, drop your right, and let's hold for 20 seconds here. Okay, right ear to right shoulder, drop your left, pull it back, chin to 2 o'clock position. Okay, left ear to left shoulder, drop your right, pull it back, chin at 10 o'clock position. Feel that stretch all the way from the chin all the way down to the shoulder. Okay, last one, chin to chest, and feel that stretch on both sides of that spine. Fantastic. And last exercise that we do for is a breath support exercise. You're inhaling through the nose for a count of 3, exhaling through the nose for a count of 8. This helps control the exhalation when you're talking or exhalation when you're breathing. It's not a rushed exhalation or a rushed speech. It is a type of breath control that we do at every class, but it is important to try and do these daily so that we maintain our ability of where we're speaking at the time. Okay, I don't think that made much sense. Okay, so you're inhaling through the nose. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got our exercises done. Now let's do a little bit of cognitive. Okay, this is called odd man out. And so what we're doing, I'm going to name 3 or 4 items. I believe they're all 4 items. And one of them doesn't belong with the others. And so what we need to do is figure out which one doesn't belong and why. So if I said lions, rams, bears, and wolves, one of those doesn't belong. If you said wolves, you're correct because the others are NFL teams. So it kind of goes like that. Let's do this one. Tots, shoestring, poplin, and chips. Which one doesn't belong? Poplin, because the others are have to do with potatoes. Tater tots, shoestring potatoes, and potato chips. Okay, let's do the next one. Let me get my foot out from there. Your shoestrings, loose ends, cheese fondue, and the knot, K-N-O-T. Okay, cheese fondue, because you tie the others, like tying the knot with somebody getting married. And of course your shoelaces, and you tie up loose ends. All right, let's do the next one. The circus, a bride and groom, a tree, and a piano. If you said the piano, you're correct because the others have rings. Okay, let's try this one. McDonald, Maid, O'Brien, and Faithful. McDonald, Made, O'Brien, and Faithful. If you said O'Brien, you're correct. And the reason? You have old in front of it. Old MacDonald, Old Maid, and Old Faithful. All right, last one. Yard, garden, foot, and cup. If you said garden, you're correct. And why? The others are units of measure. You've got a yardstick, a foot, 3 feet to a yard, and cup, which you measure by measuring cups. All right, wonderful. Thanks for joining me. We'll do some more Speech with Susan. So look to hapsonline.org, and there'll be videos of my classes, my speech classes. I see that there's yoga, and I think Tai Chi, and then there's, I think, some physical therapy ones. So great resources. You can look them up on YouTube as well. They're under the Parkinson's group, Houston Area Parkinson's Society. Lots of good resources and things that they offer. And until the next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye. Thank you.